Everybody, let's shame James for stalking some girl almost every day. Everybody, let's shame James. The way he cuts his hair, he deserves it anyway. Bugging this girl for almost 6 years. She doesn't like him, she's very clear. He can't give it up or let it go. Maybe he's a little slow. Everybody, let's shame James for stalking some girl almost every day. Everybody, let's shame James. The way he cuts his hair, he deserves it anyway. I remember a time when you'd say there was always fish in the sea, and we'd read the signs they're given and act accordingly. Everybody, let's shame James for stalking some girl almost every day. Everybody, let's shame James. The way he cuts his hair, he deserves it anyway. Everybody, let's shame James for stalking some girl almost every day. Everybody, let's shame James.
Booyah, bitches. You should have left Eliana the hell out of this crap.
Yes, we should have left Eliana the hell out of this crap. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the LolCow Ranch. I'm your host, Governor Rocknar. And I understand it's a little bit of a surprise, a 2:30 p.m. stream when you expect me to, 2:30 p.m. my time, it's 4:30 Eastern. So you normally see my streams like around midnight, about the time that I'm getting done with my work. But you know what? This was really, really special. Jimmy just could not wait. You chose to keep this going. Now I won't accept any apologies. Let's hear what you got to say, Jimmy.
So I want to point out some inconsistencies with my friend's new fake boyfriend, or I should say former friend, because she's very clear we apparently were never friends.
Jimmy, I know your heart's broken, but I love you. Remember? I'll always love you. And I understand that you think that Eliana's with a fake boyfriend, but James, their love is just as real as my love is for you. Okay?
Despite at least 3 years of friendship, witnessed by many people, with much corroborating screenshots that I've posted, but apparently none of that matters. We were never actually friends, which tells me she was trolling me from the beginning, and scamming me from the beginning.
Oh, James. You know what? I won't scam you, I promise. Okay? My love for you is genuine.
That must be what it was. But when I want to point out some inconsistencies. Number one, the gentleman that she claims that this gentleman is, Daniel Joseph. This isn't the same Daniel. It might be a Daniel Joseph. It's not the same dude from her Facebook profile that was calling her queen. Okay, and then what she responded with king. I like to call it the mating call of the ghetto.
Oh, James. James, you're my king, and I'm your queen. Okay?
It's a different dude. It's a different dude. Okay? The other guy is a personal trainer, not a professional bodybuilder. This guy's about as queer as a $3 bill, too.
Oh, James. I know it seems unnatural, my love for you, but believe me, I love you, James.
I mean, I think that goes without saying. The guy's about as queer as a $3 bill. I gotta be honest, at least he didn't threaten me when they were trying to encourage him to threaten me, although I don't appreciate being told, I look like a teddy bear. Oh, a teddy bear.
James, I'm your teddy bear, okay? I'll be your teddy bear. James, I'll be your teddy bear. I want to cuddle with you, James. Let me cuddle with you, please.
I promise you I'm not a teddy bear in real life.
Oh, yes, you are, James. You're a big, cuddly teddy bear. I know it. Deep down, I know it, and I'm going to cuddle with you, and I'm going to make you feel good, James. I promise.
Promise you that, buddy. But my point is, My point is that this is just ridiculous at this point. The amount of inconsistencies in these stories. It's another scam, like the scam when I was allegedly banned from Argentina. I wasn't banned from Argentina. I never was. I can go to Canada all I want. I'm not, I'm not a felon.
Oh, James, it doesn't matter where we go. We can go to Cuba. They'll never question our love in Cuba. Okay, James? We can go take our love to Cuba. Okay, James?
Despite what people are saying. And furthermore, none of this ever adds up. It's all a bunch of bullshit every time. Now, regarding my friend, whatever, man. I don't even care anymore about you. You understand that?
Oh, I care about you, Jimmy. I promise. I'll make you care more about me. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've been so mean and spiteful in the past and that I've broken your heart before, but Jimmy, I promise I'll do better. Okay?
You're worthless to me. You need to understand how worthless you actually are. You're beyond worthless to me now.
Oh, Jimmy, what has your attention right now? Something something must be drawing your attention away from the camera. Wonder what it is. Hmm. Hope it's not someone sexier than I am, Jimmy.
With what you've done to me over and over and over again after
Over and over and over again. Just like Mary. Just like Mary, Jimmy.
I've shrugged off again and again and again.
And again and again and again. Jimmy. Oh, your words just melt into my heart, Jimmy. I love you more each day. I don't know what to say, Jimmy. Just do something to me, Jimmy.
Your misbehavior.
Oh, Daddy, I know. I'm sorry. I've been so misbehaving. I promise I'll be better if you punish me first, Daddy.
Your attacks against me. Your lies.
Oh, I won't attack you. I won't lie anymore, Daddy. I promise.
Now, you remember when we met, you encouraged me to break up with my then girlfriend.
Yes, I did encourage you to break up with Eliana because you know what, Jimmy? My love for you is stronger than Eliana's love for you because Eliana was unfaithful from the very beginning. Look at how she went to Daniel, Jimmy. Jimmy, my love for you will always be there, okay?
And I think you were right. I think I was in a loveless relationship, and
Yes, you were in a loveless relationship with Eliana, and I am so grateful now that I have you all to myself, Jimmy.
you were right to encourage me to break up with her and try and be with you. That's what you wanted. And you were very impressed that I made as much money as 9 Argentinians doing nothing, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, you sound so rich. Oh my goodness, Daddy. Daddy, will you buy me all the things that I want, please?
Okay? You were very impressed by that. You were looking forward to being in a relationship with me.
Oh, of course, Jimmy. I can't wait. Every day, my heart just grows fonder and fonder for you, Jimmy. Jimmy, why can't you understand this?
Uh, so that's where you were coming from. You wanted to be in a relationship with me. You wanted to have children with me. I have showed proof of that. You expected me to come down to
Oh yes, we'll have children. I promise. We'll find a surrogate, Jimmy. Okay, and she'll carry our child. Okay, right? And we'll have a little James Robert Clark the Fourth. Okay, I promise you, James.
Argentina. I've showed proof of that. You can lie all you want, and people can believe whatever they want to believe,
Lie all you want, Jimmy, but you know that the truth is I will always love you. Okay, Jimmy?
but I know the truth, and you know the truth.
And I know the truth, and you know the truth also. And the truth is, I have loved you from the first moment I've seen you on AP. I just didn't realize it then. Now I do, Jimmy. I love you so much.
Or maybe you don't know the truth anymore. Maybe you're so far gone in your own little narcissistic fantasy.
Oh, Jimmy. You know what? I owe so much. I owe so much to Adonis Paul for introducing me to you. You opened up a part of my heart that I thought was closed forever, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you, Adonis Paul.
That you don't know what the truth is anymore. Okay? That's a possibility. In fact, at this point, it might even be a probability. I don't think you understand reality at all at this point.
Oh, the reality is, Jimmy, that I'll love you. I'll be there for you. I'll marry you. We'll have children. We'll have a little James Robert Clark IV. Life will be perfect, Jimmy.
I think you're full blown, whoo, out to lunch.
Oh, I know, Jimmy. They say that about me, but you know what? We'll be out to lunch together. Okay, Jimmy?
Okay? And there's nothing I can do to fix that. But what you need to understand is because you chose to lie like you chose to lie, publicly and repeatedly, over and over and over again.
Over and over and over again. Hmm. Can Mary be our surrogate, Jimmy? Please? So that she can bear our child? Is this what you're wishing, Jimmy? Over and over and over again. Oh, Jimmy, that sounds, oh, I don't know. We'll have to consider other surrogate candidates, I think, but you know what? I'm sure that maybe Mary might be somewhere on that list for you.
This is going to follow me for the rest of my life.
Oh, Jimmy, and I'll follow you for the rest of my life, okay? I promise you, my love.
Okay? It's going to follow me for the rest of my life because of you. Okay? That was your choice to do this again and again and again.
Oh, and again and again and again. Daddy, you're just turning me on with those words. Oh, goodness, Daddy.
And even most recently, when my ex-girlfriend who you had me break up with to be with you.
Oh, yes, I'm so glad again that you broke up with Eliana because you know what? Eliana didn't love you, and you knew that you didn't really love Eliana because you knew that she was fake from the beginning, and you knew that she would do this to you, Jimmy. But Jimmy, I promise you, I will never break your heart, okay?
Uh, Even she, when she got me to calm down, she told me, she said, she's having panic attacks, and she showed me where in your comments section you said you were having panic attacks. And she was right. She said if I loved you, I would have to calm it down.
Oh, Jimmy, I know I get those panic attacks because you know what? I don't know if the world is ready to accept our love, but I know that I love you, and I know that you love me deep down, and believe me, Jimmy, we can make our love work. The world will accept us, I know.
You know what I mean? Just relax and not be mad and not yell and stuff like that because
Oh, I promise. Daddy, I'll let you yell at me as loud as you want if you need to, okay?
you weren't dealing with it well. I don't think you were having panic attacks, and I did calm it down.
Oh, you caught me, Daddy. I really wasn't having the panic attacks. I was just doing that to get your attention, okay, Daddy?
And you repaid me by going on Daywave again to betray me again.
Oh, I'm sorry I betrayed you. So sorry. James, I don't know why our love has to always end in betrayal.
Okay? You have the worst track record as my friend at this point.
Oh, I know. But I'll always be the participation trophy in your heart, Jimmy.
So that's why I'm so pissed, because you do nothing but continually betray me and continually make me look like an idiot.
Oh, continually, Daddy. I'm sorry.
But, if people look at my community tab and look at the conversations with your other pretend boyfriends.
Oh, you want us to look at the community tab? Okay, I can look at the community tab. Okay, James, give me just a moment. Okay, James, let's take a look at your community tab then. I know you're a little bit upset. Oh, you're saying it was different. It seemed that both you and I were somewhat vulnerable due to life circumstances. I gave you the love and the respect and the friendship that you weren't getting from your other long-term girlfriend, Eliana. Plus, I wanted children. You know what? Also, you and I, we have virtually identical views on race and society and gender norms and economics, etc. We were, you and I, Jimmy, were quite literally two peas in a pod, or at least as literal as that saying can be. This is why I always thought of me like a little sister. Oh, James. James, that warms my heart so much. I'm glad you think of me like that, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
They'll see quite clearly that you're the liar. They're
Oh, I promise I won't lie anymore. Too much.
they're the ones that have been trolling me. They're the ones and I've been accepting of the fact that you've had boyfriends. I've never tried to break you up with anybody or anything like.
Oh, I know. You know what? You're going to be the new man in my life. And I promise you, all those other men are gone forever. Okay, Jimmy?
Like that. The only thing at this point now, I'm a little bit fed up with the bullshit.
Oh, I know you're fed up with the bullshit too, and I am also. But you know what? I promise, no more bullshit, okay, Jimmy?
Okay, I'm fed up with the bullshit. I'm fed up with you trying to rub in my face. And this is the thing, your new fake boyfriend. So he calls me out for what? Being your friend, but yet he doesn't call Royce out for calling your breasts Argentine milkies.
Oh, you know, I know these are a little bit big, Jimmy, but you know what? I think we can work something out to get like an implant, make them make them lactate for you, Jimmy. Okay, I'll be your Argentine milkmaid. Okay.
He doesn't call anybody else out for the sexual things they've said about you. Why not? Now, number one, I don't think the dude's with you. That's not the same Daniel Joseph. It just isn't. It's not the same dude. I know that for a fact. But more importantly, if he's really your husband to be, he should be incensed that people were talking about you in that way.
Oh, I know. I'm so I Jimmy, I promise I won't let anybody talk bad about us, okay?
Not at all. Doesn't say anything to them. Doesn't call them out at all, but calls me out. Calls me a teddy bear. I'm a
I'll be your teddy bear, Jimmy. I'll be your mama bear, okay?
teddy bear. Oh, I'm a teddy bear. You know what the hell? What you're? You know you are a pathetic liar. You can't lie good, which makes this even.
Oh, Jimmy. I guess I can't lie. My heart has been my heart has been so confused for so long that now it finally sees the truth, and the truth is in that beautiful, beautiful face. That beautiful face of yours right now. Oh, Jimmy, I love you so much.
Funnier. But the whole scam, this is another big charade that you people cooked up. And it's going to blow up in your face again because I don't fall for the crap anymore.
Oh, I promise no more crap, okay, Jimmy? I'll be faithful and no more lies in our love.
Okay? And I like how Royce was saying, oh, the Galena thing. Yeah, when I'm catfished by people, that's somehow my fault, and you participated in that, and I know you did.
Oh, I had to see how true your love could be for me, Jimmy. And that's why I was testing you. Okay, Jimmy?
Because you
Yo,
did
what's
take
up?
responsibility.
Oh, hi. Hi, Jeff Fader. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good
I
too.
just want to take a minute to say, yes, James, it absolutely is your fault for being a thirsty cunt.
Yes, it is. Oh, but you know what? I have him now. He's going to be my teddy bear, and I'll be his. Okay? Oh,
That's
my
fine.
little lovely teddy bear, dressed up like a urban camouflage cholo.
For it. Okay, I have the emails to prove it. Say, you are a terrible person. The whole thing is to try and get reactions out of me. And
Oh, Jimmy, You know what? My first reaction was was uncertainty. What was my heart seeing? And then I realized it was love for you. It's love, Jimmy. Jimmy, why don't you see this as love? Okay, Jimmy, I love you, and I know that if you just give me a chance, I can make our love work.
You are going to get reactions out of me because this is never going to end for me, so it's never going to end for you.
Oh, I hope it never ends, Daddy. I hope that this goes on and on and on, over and over and over.
I don't
Hmm.
think it's ever going to end.
You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, I dig, Daddy. Oh, can we go to Walmart and buy the shovel if we're digging? Hmm?
This is your fault. All your fault. You had many choices to, at least chill out and behave yourself. And what did you do? You betrayed me again and again and again.
Oh, I know. How, Jeff, how is it that I'm always betraying him? I don't understand.
I don't know. Is it because you don't cage fight?
I don't.
There's got to be
Yes,
something stupid like that.
I know. Well, I kind of cage fight because I have to cage fight the LolCows on the ranch because I have to keep them in their special pens. So that's definitely a kind of cage fighting. But Jimmy,
No, I guess maybe it is then.
yeah, I guess, yeah. Especially when you have to like trim the hooves and make sure that the milk doesn't get soured. So, oh, Jimmy.
Okay? You won't chill out? Why should I? You say we were never friends? Why should I treat you any differently than any of these other trolls? You're just a troll. You were never my friend. You never
I'll be your friend from now on, James. Okay? I promise. I won't block you anymore. I'll always be your friend, Jimmy.
wanted to be with me, apparently. You're nothing to me. Right? That's what you want. You want to be nothing to me?
Oh, Jimmy, you know what? You're everything to me, so yes, I am nothing to you.
Well, then you're nothing to me. You're nothing but any other motherfucker that's screwing with me.
Oh no, I'll never screw with you, Jimmy. I promise I'll never screw with you.
That's what you are to me now. That's your choice. That was your choice. You're just an average, everyday troll that wants to screw with me. And I will treat you exactly the same.
See, Jimmy has to understand that every time he thinks he's making a video towards his old love, Eliana, he's really making it towards his new love, which is me. So, how is everybody in the chat today? I see we have a new
I think everyone's doing good.
Rob the tow truck guy is now a new wrench. He deserves it. Maureen, feel free to join us in the Discord. I'm going to go right into some new Adrasdia because she's been busy too. She has really kind of spun out into like 8 new videos, I think. 9, I think. So
Oh yeah.
here we go.
Right. So somebody commented that they think I exaggerate my southern accent when I sing because my father liked it.
Maybe a little. I don't know. You know what? I don't think that, you exaggerate it consciously. It's more that, when you're around others, you pick up their mannerisms kind of. Uh, Here's a weird example, like, the more you hang around people, the more I watch Hatman streams, the more I'll start to talk kind of slow and deliberate, like Hatman. Or if I'm watching AP streams, I'll be like, 2:54 Mountain Time here at the LolCow Ranch. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of mannerisms that you just pick up from just being around other people. It's not really someone asks you to be that way, or someone or you choose to do it. It's just kind of like sometimes you just do it out of like a subconscious just being around others thing. So that's kind of my thinking on this.
And that's so wrong. Um, when I was about 4 years old, I was singing and my father got angry at me and screamed at me and told me that if he wanted to hear singing, he would turn on the radio and hear good singing.
Hmm. I very much believe that this happened because that sounds like something that a kind of abusive parent would say if they're like, trying to like watch a football game or something like that. Well, American in her case, gridiron football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Florida. It would have to depend on the time of year, but it would have to be like late fall because that's when the college gridiron football would start, and it carries through to the uh, end of December for the NFL. So, uh,
They,
so
they usually try and offer people constructive criticism when they're singing or singing really badly
you know,
as to how they could improve it. And if they continue to sing really badly and not take the advice, then I just proceed on to telling them to shut the fuck up.
yeah, you know what? A long time ago, this was like 1989. I tried to do an audition for Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and I crapped out on the audition song, and I just realized at that point I'm not cut out to be a singer. So, I mean, I can sing certain little things like the Chipmunks Christmas song parody that I did a few weeks ago, but that's singing
Yeah,
just isn't really going to be my thing. So I'm not.
yeah, singing's not
Yeah,
my
I'm
thing
not
either.
unhappy about it, and I can still come up with like parody lyrics. That's not a problem. So, but it's just
Well,
that it's just finding someone else to kind of put the voice to my lyrics. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
something that everyone can do. It's not something that everyone can do well,
Hmm.
and it's something that is kind of easy to get the correct technique for, but not everyone knows the correct techniques. So it's just a case of educating them to, make sure they're standing up rather than sitting when they're singing, and to not sing through their nose.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it'll sound nasally and just really off key and shit. I mean, it'll sound good to the person singing, but it'll sound awful to everyone else. But
yeah.
it really needs to come from like the diaphragm and stomach.
And it's like you need to record yourself and then play it back to kind of hear yourself so that you know what to change in your tone. So, um, but it just kind of I really feel for her when she says this
Yeah,
because it's like I would judge this as very very true on this that this that this happened because uh, an abusive father that time of year wanting wanting to watch gridiron football is going to be like, shut the fuck up, Mary. Let me watch my football. If I wanted to hear singing, I'd listen to the radio, kind of thing. It's oh, jeez.
yeah. I mean, like,
And
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, how much do you reckon he would have had to have heard her singing before coming out with some shit like that?
I bet you know what? I think that this might have been like the first time that he had heard her singing, and she was probably small and impressionable age enough to where she's like she said she was 4. Remember? I think she said she was 4 in this, right? And
Oh, I missed that then.
yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to it again, but I think she said she was 4. And
Yeah,
at that point, yeah, you're wanting to impress your father, and it's like, look at me,
so
Daddy,
so
look.
rather than
Yeah.
offering her encouragement, he's just putting her down, and yeah,
Hmm.
like I'm not completely buying that though. Not for her. Like I don't know. I always have a hard time believing anything that comes out of Mary's mouth.
Uh, like
Like I don't.
in the weeks leading up to Roberta Laws, I would say that her trustworthiness was kind of like reaching a low point, and then as soon as Roberta Laws happened, that's when the trust in Mary was gone completely. But if she's talking about a story that happened to her when she was 4 years old, I would say that this is very likely something that happened because that's traumatic enough to where you remember it at a at that young of an age.
I mean, it might have happened,
It might
Like,
have.
it sounds like some shit
It's
she would make up to try and gain sympathy off people.
it could be, and that's the problem is that once you've been exposed as a liar, then everything else that you say from then on is taken with a huge grain of salt. So, but I can kind of see a plausibility to that end of the story. So, but
As a
Yeah.
result, I stopped singing around my father until I was a teenager, probably about 15 or 16 years old. So the idea that there's anything in my singing related to because my father liked it is a little bit ridiculous because I never really let him hear me sing after being shunned by him at such a young age.
that's I think that's like the her charger must be getting better on her phone or something like that, or she maybe have got like a battery replacement or just a new charger cable, uh, something
You
because I'm
you
not
know what? I reckon she charged it with AP's toaster, like he suggested.
probably, yeah. So this next one is shit. It's the popo. Nope, just the pizza bitch. So
So, random story time. I used to deliver pizza for Papa John's, and my ex-husband's father had gotten me a huge light to use to find addresses.
oh, you know what? That I believe because I had one too when I delivered
Uh,
for Pizza Hut for 7 years. Those things are awesome because you plug them into the cigarette lighter.
I was going to say, I believe this one.
Yes, yeah, because this and it can be a little bit confusing because yeah, some people will see that bright searchlight and they're like, holy shit, what's going on? And if you're in the wrong neighborhood, then you don't want to use the searchlight. You want to kind of call ahead with your cell phone and just say, "Hey, look, I'm getting ready to come with your pizza. I'm on this street. Flash your outside lights, or do something to get my attention. Once I get there, kind of thing." So, especially since she's working for Papa John's, they make her wear the target on her car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I worked for Pizza Hut, we were in some pretty rough areas of town, so we had the option to remove the Pizza Hut's magnetic sign from the top of our car, so that way we could go incognito. And yeah, I believe this story. So,
When I was delivering pizzas.
Well,
The
I was
problem
going to say the main reason I believe it is because I remember when we were looking into Adrastia a while ago,
hmm
I'm pretty certain that we found that she used to work for Papa John's like years and years ago. Like she hasn't worked for, I'd say, a good 10 years, at least as far as I know.
uh, you know, um,
Probably more than that.
I worked for 7 years, so I can believe it if she says that she worked for 10 years on that. I when I was there at Pizza
Well,
Hut.
I'm not saying that she worked for 10 years at Papa John's. I'm saying it's been at least 10 years since she worked for Papa John's.
Hmm. Oh, it's at least 10 years. Okay, so how long did she work there? Maybe a year?
Probably a year, 2 years, I'm thinking.
Hmm.
But I can't remember. It was a while ago we looked this shit up.
hmm. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it here.
problem was the majority of the people that I was looking for saw this light as a police searchlight and would run away. So there were many times when I was searching for people, and as I would come up to their house, I would see them run away.
Um, it didn't happen to me so much, and I did have some angry people coming up, saying, "Man, what are you doing with that searchlight?" And they would see me with the pizza bag and like, "Oh, never mind," kind of thing. But because they understood, hey, the pizza man's got to see, where to deliver the pizzas to. Um, Plus, Lexington at that time had concealed weapon laws where if you had a license for it, you could carry a concealed weapon on you in case, anybody was trying to pull anything on you. So, Any thoughts on that, Jeff?
No, I
Oh,
was just thinking that's perfectly reasonable to have
yeah.
a concealed weapon on you.
Oh, God, some
So, yeah.
pizza places they almost encourage you because they would go. There's this one place in Lexington I love, uh, and they will go till like 3 in the morning on every day of the week, including Christmas Day. So they're open literally 365 days a week. That's because people love the pizza. So, but yeah,
Oh, no.
those drivers are told, hey, you're going till 3 a.m. Yeah, be ready for anything. So yeah, you can go ahead and carry what you need to on that. Most of them would carry like pepper spray or maybe like a taser. You really wouldn't need to carry a pistol. And if you have to carry a pistol, uh, then it's almost like you're doing it wrong, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
anyway, I'll get back to the video.
One time in particular, out in the middle of nowhere, there was a group of men sitting in the back of a truck smoking weed, waiting for their pizza.
Oh, and you know what? I believe this too because like I said, when I worked for Pizza Hut, the code was if you wanted to score weed in the middle of the night with no references, call Pizza Hut. So we had a certain driver that was on standby, and if the person ordering asked for that specific driver, then we would say, okay, he gets there when he gets there, kind of thing. So, uh, and then it's like, yeah, that's cool, man. So, uh, uh, it was a side hustle, for a couple of the drivers that I knew at Pizza Hut to, have to do that. And it shouldn't have to be a side hustle. It should be something like to the effect of um, should be like a microbrewery. You should be able to, bottle and enjoy your own, home brewed beer. Do they do that in the United
Yeah.
Kingdom? Yeah.
Yeah, you can make your own beer over here.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. It'd be interesting to make my own beer, see what that comes out to. So, all right. Anyway, and you know what? We would get a lot of calls. They would ask us if we could go pick up beer for them. It's like, no, that's the one thing you can't do. We could go out to the convenience store, and anything else, as long as it wasn't tobacco or alcohol, anything else was fine. And one driver, he had a request from two ladies to get 4 C-cell batteries for their comforters.
Fair enough.
Yep, and he got a $20 tip out of the whole deal. And that was 1990s $20 too. So
Yeah.
those were the days. I could work Super Bowl Sunday, and I would have like 27, maybe 30 deliveries for the whole day, and I would make like $85 straight cash at the end of the day. Just $85 like cash. Some of it would have to go back into the tank, of course, but then the rest of it is like, you know what? That's my money on top of the weekly paycheck that I was getting. So it's like easy $85 in tips on Super Bowl Sunday. I would just hustle those pizzas out, boom, 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 boom. As soon as I knew, which route to take, I could get 4 of them out in less than 20 minutes and be back to the store in 5. You know what I'm saying? So those were the days.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Yeah. So, continuing.
I pull up with my spotlight and see 5 men leap out of the back of a truck and scramble. And then a minute later, one of them pops up and yells, "It's the pizza!" And everybody comes running out so happy.
That's happened. That's happened to me too. So yes, I can appreciate this. Oh yeah. This is finally some good videos we're getting from Adrastia. So, oh, thank you for this, Mary. We needed a little bit of laugh from James today. So,
But for that minor second, they had a heart attack because they ordered pizza and I was the one that delivered it.
Next video is rum over weed as it's more socially acceptable. No, you know what? I call, just a little bit of bullshit to this. Not a whole lot of bullshit, but just a little bit. Because society is starting to bend and understand that, cannabis use is not as harmful as people have made it out to be. Fiorella LaGuardia understood back in the 1930s that cannabis use was not as harmful, as Harry J. Anslinger was making it out to be. So when you look at the war on cannabis, which has been $2 trillion in sovereign debt. That's money that we owe to ourselves as the United States. We don't owe it to any other foreign power or anything like that. $2 trillion in sovereign debt has been wasted on a war for trying to prevent people from having a good time. It's exactly why the prohibition on alcohol did not work. Prohibition on alcohol was, people just having a good time, and you had temperance-minded people, goodwill mothers who had the best of intentions at heart, and they were thinking, oh well, we have to save this country, because it's in a state of moral decay, and they didn't realize that they were just creating an environment for organized crime. And you know what? There's something I kind of want to
Yep.
go. You talk for a moment, Jeff, because I want to find something here. I want to bring it up on
What
my tweets here. Go ahead.
one person considers moral decay is another person's good time.
hmm
And yeah, it's
Are you hearing
interesting
from
how
your
things like
constituents that
that
they want
work.
it to be considered?
What's up? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying it's interesting how things like that work. What one person considers moral decay and bad is another person's definition of a good time,
I think I heard
and
somebody.
what helps them relax.
Did I hear somebody else? No, I didn't. I thought I heard somebody else in the chat. Never mind.
Oh, I'd probably just echoed or something.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Or no, I didn't play the video. I was going back because I'm looking for something here really quickly because I want to show kind of like the hypocrisy that's going on in my state, in my home state of Kentucky here. And I'm going to transition really, really briefly to my Google full screen. And this is from at KY Sports Radio, Matt Jones. He has been really upset about the state Senate President Damon Thayer because he's in charge of the state legislature. And Damon Thayer is basically saying, well, he knows the people of Kentucky are for medical marijuana, but he personally isn't for it and he won't vote for it. And if people don't like it, then they can vote for someone else. I might be able to get
Well,
away.
I was just saying, if he's meant to be representing the people, then he has a duty to vote for it for them.
Yeah. I might be able to get away with
That's
this.
just his job as a politician. He should follow that shit and vote for it.
Yeah.
It is his job.
I might be able to get away with 21 seconds of a fair use news clip. So let me see if I can full screen this. And I'm going to play this.
Are you hearing from your constituents that they want it to be considered?
I've been hearing about it for years. I know my constituents are for it, but this is a Republican. They elect us to go to Frankfurt and make decisions on their behalf, and if they don't like it, they can take it out on me in the next election.
What's your opposition to it?
I think medical marijuana is a slippery slope for recreational marijuana, which I'm not for.
Are you hearing from your constituents that they want it to be considered?
I've been hearing about it for years. I know.
Shut up, Damon. Fucking asshole. You hear the hypocrisy in that?
Do not see,
That medical
I
marijuana.
don't see what you're doing. You just tried closing the stream and opening it again.
Did something burp? Wait a minute. No, are we still going?
It's still.
Yeah,
it tries to pause.
Oh, we're still going. We're still going. Okay, I'm kind of freaking out. But yeah, that's part of the hypocrisy that's going on in my home state of Kentucky right now. Kentucky, the state legislature can only do ballot initiatives in even numbered years. So this would be one of, the next opportunity would be 2024 for a presidential election, but they will never put up any kind of ballot initiative like they've done in Colorado to have the individual counties make the decision of whether they want to have it legal or whether or not they want to have it illegal. It's like a wet dry vote for the counties. So Matt
Yeah.
Jones says there is literally zero rational reason for being against medical marijuana. None. It helps people in pain and those dealing with it terrible medical conditions. I have met many wonderful people who are politicians in Kentucky, Republicans and Democrats. Damon Thayer is the worst. He is. Last thing I will say about Damon Thayer today. He is the leader of the Kentucky State Senate. He literally owns a bourbon company. He won't allow a vote on medical marijuana while owning a bourbon company. He wants you to use mind-altering substances, but just his. You know what? That is as good of an opportunity as any. Let me go back to the portrait mode here. And we will do a plug for CBDX.com. If you use promo codes AP or ROTC or 44420 or Virgie, make sure you use it with 2 Y's at the end. You get 20% off on your order. You will also get a free gift. You get priority shipping on any order that's over $80. CBDX.com carries disposable vape cartridges, moon rocks, gummies, flour, and dabs. It is not the CBD that you find in the gas stations, and it will get you lifted. CBDX.com. Buy it, and you can piss off Damon Thayer when you buy it. So, that seemed like a pretty good transition for a CBDX plug. So, what do you think?
That was a pretty good plug. You forgot Daywave.
Does Daywave have their own? Because I wrapped it in with ROTC. I thought they have, and 44420 because that's JJ's.
Oh, right. Yeah, I thought Daywave had their own code, but I don't know.
If Daywave has their own code, someone please let me know so that I can include that in the little thing there.
Remember.
I
just know
can't.
there's like 4 or 5 codes. And there's too many to remember.
I know. Well, you know what? I focus on the big 4. So at least AP, 44420, ROTC, and Virgie will get something from CBDX on that. So I wish Hatman could get his own code. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, they do.
Huh?
Not their own code. Yeah, they have the
You're breaking up.
ROTC code.
Yeah, it's all done under the ROTC code. So yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, I wish Hatman could get his own code. I don't think that they would allow sales in the United Kingdom, but if Hatman got his own code, it would at least allow it for the states in the United States that would sell it. But just a thought.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
That would be. Buy something that I'm not even allowed to purchase in my own country. CBDX.com, promo code Hatman.
I knew that they won't ship to the UK because I've already tried to purchase from them. I've got to buy a shitload of gummies to try.
Oh yeah, and that's something the United Kingdom has to wake up and realize that cannabis is just it's just going to be everywhere. You can't police it anymore. It's not worth trying to. It's not worth trying to put people in jail for this anymore. So let's take a listen to Mary here. So
Okay, so to answer a couple of questions real quick, I am drinking again. It helps me to smoke less. Personally, I would prefer to smoke marijuana.
Okay, so she's admitting that she smokes tobacco. Yeah, when I was 14 years old, I was trying to be cool and be hip and be rebellious, and I started smoking my dad's cool cigarettes. And then 2 days later, I was in the bathroom instinctively lighting up, and then I realized, oh shit, I have a problem. So I immediately kind of stopped that because I was like, something in the back of my mind said, no, don't do this anymore, kind of thing. So when it starts to become comfortable, when you get past the coughing, and then it becomes an instinctual thing, that's when cigarette smoking becomes a real issue. So my dad, when he could watch a TV show or a movie and they would show one of the characters in that show smoking a cigarette, he would instinctively light up himself. It was like automatic. I would watch like an episode of Law and Order, and there would be the judge outside with the lawyers smoking a cigarette, and I would watch my dad just reach for his pack and light up a cigarette. 74 years old, he's lighting up for a cigarette. So that's how
Yeah,
insidious the whole
that's
thing
ridiculous.
is. Yeah. But anyway.
But over the past year, I received so much hatred and anger towards my marijuana use.
I would never be angry at her for smoking marijuana. I would love to just to have it just be all
Yeah.
marijuana, because I think that at that
And
point she is
here
purely calm, and I wish my neighbors in my other
here is what
apartments
Mary
would
doesn't
go ahead.
understand. I was going to say, here's what Mary doesn't understand. People are not criticising her or hating her for smoking weed. They're criticising her for lying about smoking weed and for not getting her priorities straight and begging for money to smoke weed when she
Mhm.
doesn't have a job, refuses to get a job or even look for a job. And yeah, it's just, she's fucking ridiculous.
I think she's under an assumption that employers are going to urine screen, and some do if you're working for like a
Yeah, some will.
yes, some will if it's
It
for like
depends on what
security
kind of
contracting.
job you're looking for.
Yeah, and the jobs that I was working at in the call centers here in Colorado, they didn't care, because they were
Yeah, if she,
low enough to where uh, you know low priority data to where it's like, okay, we don't care if you're smoking marijuana, just don't test positive during a workman's comp injury kind of thing. So
yeah.
yeah, but
I mean, if she applies for stuff that's menial, like stocking shelves or answering phones, or even working fast food, like they're not going to give a shit whether she smokes marijuana or not.
no, those
It's
jobs
legal in her
won't.
state anyway,
Yeah,
so it doesn't fucking matter if she does.
yeah. There's plenty of jobs, and the job that Sam and I had, we were doing digital document verification, and they didn't care if we smoked marijuana. In fact, it was just a common thing to just kind of get blazed a little bit before work for me and Sam, because it made the day just go by a little bit easier. So, uh,
Cool.
yeah, you get it's where you get to seeing all those crazy United Kingdom driver's licenses all day, and the fonts that you use, the what's
Yeah.
called, what we called Reba, the little foot on the R on the base, the middle bar is shorter on the E. B has an unconnected brace on the two little boobies in the B, and then the A has a lowered bar on that. So Reba, you didn't know I knew that about your driver's licenses, did you?
I didn't know that. I also don't have a driving license, but I do have a passport.
Well, now when you get a new driver's license, you'll be like, "Oh, look, it's Reba. There it is." It's like,
Yeah, I've had a driver's license. I've not even applied for one. Like I can
uh,
drive, I just don't have a license.
oh. Okay, I'm gonna get back to her video.
That it has made me self-conscious about how much I smoke. And since I'm not able to fully control my mind,
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Social drinkers are social smokers, kind of thing. So, uh, Jeff, have you ever heard me use the saying that Men are longer addicts, women are stronger addicts.
I haven't heard that.
But does it make sense to you what I'm saying about that?
Yeah, it sort of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, men are longer addicts because they'll go like a pack or 2 packs a day for like however many years. Women will smoke cigarettes like choo-choo trains. And they will just go all, 1 pack here, three
Yeah,
packs
they're
there.
all in more short term.
Right. It's just, get that fixation in you as quick as possible. It's the same philosophy that women make stronger narcotics addicts because, they want the crave they crave the stress relief more. Men can kind of stick out the stress a little bit better. I don't know how, necessarily. Mostly because we've had to do without. It's like, yeah, it sucks being without weed, but yeah, I can do without. Mary, on the other hand, has to have like at least a gram of dabs a day. I'm thinking, just to just keep her mind just blasted as possible. So, men are longer addicts, women are stronger addicts. So I'll go back to her video.
Without some sort of help, I had to switch to other legal forms of, you know, help. Obviously, alcohol is not really help. It is, alcohol is a medicine.
Uh, to alcoholics, it's a medicine. That's exactly the philosophy of an alcoholic, is that they consider it medicine. So, Mary, that is something that you really need to kind of work to get off. Smoke more weed if you have to, and just cut out the booze. Booze will get you into
I mean,
hell of a lot of trouble.
that just circles back round to my point about her priorities, though. Like, alcohol isn't a medicine, it's a treat, just like weed.
Well,
It's just a luxury.
Melanie Hyder, Randolph Vance, I would disagree. There is mounting evidence to show that cannabis is having a horrific effect on the young developing brain. Yes, you know what? That's why we restrict sales in Colorado to 21 and older. So, medical marijuana can be useful for like ointments. So you can use pain relief creams. So that would be considered legal for underages. You can make cannabis into a pain relief cream or an oil with a substance called dimethyl sulfoxide. DMSO. It's a farming gel kind of thing. You use it if you want to give cattle like a medicine, and it makes stuff skin soluble to where you put on a glove, slather the medicine, mix it in with the DMSO, probably usually a powder. You mix it up a little bit, slap some on the cow, whatever the infected sore is, and then boom, there you go. Cow's just gotten their medicine kind of thing. So there are ways to make cannabis not psychologically harmful to the youth, and they can still have the pain relief effects of it. So there are cannabis oils here in Colorado for skin relief creams and things like that. There's even a sex lube that they sell.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, CBDX.com.
Steve,
Hey, can we get a
further
sex
into
lube?
that.
Oh, can we please get a sex lube? CBDX.com? Oh my goodness. All right.
But only to a certain extent. I have CPTSD. I'm schizoaffective. I'm extremely depressed. And I stopped drinking back in 2013. and I'm only back drinking now because there was so much backlash against my using marijuana in California to help with my mental stability issues. I don't really like drinking. It makes me feel ugly. It makes me
Yeah, you know what? Drinking makes me feel ugly too. Drinking makes me feel dense inside, like I'm getting ready for battle, and I don't like that feeling. I want to. I'd rather be just kind of calm and mellow and just kind of enjoying everything when I'm high on weed. You know, so
See, when I'm
alcoholism.
drinking, I usually crack a lot more jokes.
Yeah. Well, social drinking, if you get a light little buzz, one beer. I was in Amsterdam in 2007 and I was at a pretty fancy restaurant and I was having a steak dinner and I had a Heineken to go with the steak. And
Oh yeah,
I honestly didn't even feel drunk after having the steak dinner and the Heineken. It felt like, just kind of like a rounded out meal, like I'd had a bread to go with the steak. So,
yeah,
yeah. Rum
yeah.
over weed. Well,
But
feel
yeah,
like my
I
mom.
do have a suggestion for Mary though. She
yeah,
does need to stop hiding behind like having CPTSD and
yeah.
schizoaffective disorders and
Hmm.
trying to excuse all the bad behaviour with all the bullshit disorders that she might or might not have. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that she does have these for definite or that she doesn't have these for definite because I don't know. But she needs to stop trying to hide behind them and use them as excuses for her shitty behaviour.
there were plenty of people at my call center here in Pueblo who just had similar issues, myself included,
Yeah,
all like Mary. But you know what? We all stuck together as kind of like one weird family, and we're all kind of looking out for each other, kind of thing. So, uh,
well, that's it. Like,
yeah.
she needs to get out there. She needs to meet some people that are like her, but
Hmm.
she also needs to get herself a job and start taking responsibility for her actions, start paying her rent, and actually just start living a life and stop just stirring up shit for no fucking reason.
Yeah. New month began for me, so I got to make sure that $1,000 is paid for by the 31st, so I can carry on till February on this place. And that's the cycle. That's what you got to do. I got to do the customer service work at hell. It's work at home, but it's more like work at hell, so that you're just listening to angry customers complain all day about things. And
Yeah,
it's 12.50 an hour, which isn't too bad. But they also have a thing called undertime. So if they don't have the call volume, then they can say, you know what, we need to send you home because we don't have the call volume to pay for your hours right now. And it sucks because you gotta shut everything down. And sometimes that's why I come in here and I'll do the stream a little bit early on those nights.
fair enough.
Undertime sucks, and it's even they're getting ready to train me for a new line of product, which is adult diapers.
Oh no.
I'm not joking. They are training me for an adult diaper fashion line.
But you're gonna have like the DDLG people calling you to complain.
I don't know. I'm thinking that like 99% of the calls are just going to be billing related questions. Like we would have to just refer them to their insurance provider, or we refer them to Medicare or Medicaid for that in that case. So I'm thinking that we're never
Yeah,
going to see the Andrew Ditch level type bullshit calls from,
I reckon that you will receive a couple of weirdo calls,
we
but
might.
probably not the volume that I was just thinking that you'd get.
We might. There was one call that I had when I worked at Apple, and this really kind of meek sounding person, he I answered the phone. Thank you for calling Apple Technical Support. My name is Randy. How may I assist you? And he's like, I was on the computer and I was on a porn website. I mean, a website, and it said I had a virus.
That sounds like a phishing scam to me.
Yeah, and I said to him, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I don't judge what people use their computers for. We'll get your computer fixed, and I did. I ran a screen sharing program, and then we ran a program to get rid of the spyware out of his computer, and then I go through a standard script at the end. Are you satisfied with the level of support that you've received from Apple today? I love you. Okay, thank you for calling Apple Technical Support. You enjoy the rest of your day. Click. And that immediately clued me in as to what website he was looking at. We've had calls. One of our other advisors accidentally outed a kid to his parents because of Grindr, and the parents were calling in because the iPhone was crashing all the time, and they didn't understand why. So the technician does a remote diagnostic over the phone, and we can see the remote diagnostic results, and it shows a list of apps that are crashing. And he says, "Okay, so the app it's crashing is called Grindr." Grindr. What is this Grindr app? Oh my lord! And then when we heard that, the technician was looking it up on their end, and then we realized what had happened, and we're like, yeah, you might want to have a talk with your son when he gets home.
Yep. Just a quiet, discreet talk.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, son, we understand that life has choices and you're making yours. We respect those choices. So oh boy, that was that was not a fun call that we had for accidentally outing a kid to his parents.
I mean, that sounds pretty funny from where I'm sitting, but like, I can understand that it would have been an uncomfortable call to be on.
Yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable.
But you know what? At least you did a better British accent than James.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna get back to this video here.
Because my mom was a heavy alcoholic.
Aha, there we go. Alcoholism definitely.
Her mum's fault.
Yeah. This I absolutely believe because alcoholism definitely runs in your family. If you have the gene for addiction turned on, that gene gets passed on in all of your, all of your future generations. Hint: James Robert Clark III. And to Mary, that gene for addiction was passed down because now she's hitting the rum bottle just really, really hard. And when she had the hiccups the other day and she thought, well, the cure for hiccups is I should drink more, it doesn't seem to work, kind of thing.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. It would be.
No, I don't think. I don't think I really tend to get addicted to things. I mean, like, I'm addicted to doing stupid shit. But that's the only thing that I can really say I'm addicted to. Like, I have made some foolish decisions in the past, and like it's probably better not to go into details.
Yeah.
On ever.
I was going to say, like my grandma, she had the capacity to down an entire bottle of wine every night, but she would do it in the kind of passive aggressive way where she would just drink all the way down to the last little bit and put that in the fridge. Then the next day, she would finish that last little bit, drink another bottle down to the last little bit. That way, she wasn't drinking a whole bottle a night, and she could rationalize that she wasn't truly an alcoholic. But that gene got passed down. it was more, it became like smoking for my mom. And then for me, I realized how dangerous that addiction gene was. I stay away from alcohol as much as I can. So my heavy vice is I will drink Coca-Cola 2 liters like it's going out of style. Like I am serious. Andrew Farler thinks that he's the Coca-Cola king. No, it's me. I love Coca-Cola. So I would hate having to buy it in the UK because the fucking value added tax would make it like $8 for a 2 liter practically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, go
Price-
ahead.
There was such a price difference with Coca-Cola.
Yeah. If we can get you and Hatman over here to Colorado, we'll take you first to an Arby's so that you can experience what an Arby's is like, and then we'll take you to a dispensary for some legal medical marijuana. Okay?
That'd be cool.
Oh, it would be. Yeah. So, um, yeah. Here's some more from Mary.
And I like to believe that I'm a little bit stronger, but the truth is that I'm not.
No, you know what? I believe her on that because the truth is I'm not either. I can hit weed. At that I will go shoot like crazy as well. And 2 liters of Coca-Cola. I don't use cigarettes. I don't use anything else. I do like mushrooms, but mushrooms I understand I don't really need mushrooms all the time, but just like once in a while when I need to clear my head of all the bullshit that's accumulated in it. So mushrooms are fun.
I've never done mushrooms.
They have legal mushroom dispensaries in Denver. So but you have to consume them in the city of Denver. So we'll get you and Hatman like a hotel room in Denver. You want to go to like a Denver Broncos game?
That'd be cool.
Okay, yeah. Some gridiron football. So
I'm not
Yep.
stronger. I grew up in hell. My life has been an absolute nightmare, and it's unbearable unless I have something to help me cope. And since the internet is not accepting of marijuana,
no, that's not true, Mary. None of us are judging you for your marijuana usage. We welcome it, okay? And, if Mary made it to Denver, some legal mushrooms would probably clear her head of, like all the bullshit with AP. So,
Yeah. I mean, she has taken like the first step in that little clip that we just watched
mhm.
of admitting that she has a problem. And yeah, it's now a case of, okay, well, what action are you going to take in order to actually tackle this problem, Mary? Like, you've recognised that you have an issue. So what you can do about it?
Okay. Let me go back to the video.
in states where it's legal, the alcohol is my only option because alcohol is legal everywhere. Alcohol is legal in literally every state, every.
Yeah, alcohol is legal in every state, but not in every county because in Kentucky there are still a few outlier counties, especially like along the border with Tennessee, because they'll have outlier counties that they don't allow liquor sales as well. And it falls down to what's called a wet dry vote. And in the populations of those counties, some of those counties can be like less than 2,000 or less than 1,000 people usually. And they will say, you know what? We just don't want it. We don't want the trouble. And those people, they'll just drive to Lexington or Louisville to get their booze anyway. So, or a legal county that you could get booze in. So. And Melanie says 2 liters of Coca-Cola in London is under 2 pounds. But 2 pounds is, let's see, it's about
That'd be about
$3. A little,
$3
yeah, something like that.
ish.
Yeah, because I sent Hatman 1 pound and
Yeah, I
nine.
thought $4 sounded a bit high.
Yeah, I sent Hatman 1 pound and 9 pence yesterday for his stream because it was a variation of the $1
Yeah.
and 9 cents. But it worked out to something like $1.54 for that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's about $3, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, and I'll get back to more of Mary. Yeah. Elizabethtown outside Fort Knox is a dry county. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely true. He is right. And Jeff, did you know that Elizabethtown is where they filmed Goldfinger?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's true. Yeah, a lot of areas in Kentucky, in Lexington and Louisville, and in the Elizabethtown and Fort Knox areas. They actually did shoot at Fort Knox for that, except for the vault scenes. The vault scenes are all studio stage because the vault is, it's completely different when you see the vault up hand because it looks like you're at like the post office or something like that, and you're just like in front of rows of like post office boxes that other customers would have.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling being at the vault at Fort Knox, but it isn't what Goldfinger made it out to be necessarily. But the rest of the Fort Knox was accurate. When you see the soldiers kind of pretending to keel over when Pussy Galore's planes fly over with the nerve gas, that was accurate.
Yeah.
Scenes in Louisville are accurate. There's a scene in Lexington at Bluegrass Field Airport, and you could see little posters in the background for Pussy Galore's Flying Circus. And I thought that is so neat. I would love to have one of those Pussy Galore Flying Circus posters. Just frame it up and put it on the wall kind of thing.
I could say you'd probably be able to find them on eBay.
Yeah, because you know what? It says Pussy Galore's Flying Circus, Bluegrass Field, Kentucky. Oh my God, that's like,
Yeah.
that's home. So
Try having a look
Yeah.
on eBay.
Oh yeah, I should. Yeah, those things would be like ungodly expensive, probably at least $400 or $500. But that would be such a nice collector's piece to have, or maybe to just
I was thinking like $50 to $100, but yeah.
Yeah, there's ways to. You know what? I bet there's a way to like digitally replicate one of those, and like come up with like a replica of it, a screen accurate replica or something. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get back
It'd
to.
definitely be worth trying to find it.
Yeah, Goldfinger is one of the best Bond movies I've ever. So, all right, I'll get back to it.
Country, every continent. Alcohol is the one fucking factor that we all can agree on, I guess. That it's not illegal. So, if that's the only option I have for feeling better, then that's the option I'm going to take.
Mary, you have legal options for marijuana in California, just as I have legal options for marijuana here in Colorado. Okay? So the state recognizes that it's more cost effective to just go ahead and let people use it and then just tax the sale of it and then collect the tax from it instead of wasting money having to keep people from using it anyway. So, Mary, please smoke more weed and drink less, okay? That's one thing we will tell you to do, and not in Minecraft. We will tell you to please smoke more weed, okay?
I don't want to be drunk. I don't want to be high.
Well, you know what? That sativas. Let's see, what is it? Indica's in the couch. So yeah, indica is like a body buzz. Sativa is a mind buzz. So yeah, if you get really too high, you get this kind of dizzy feeling. You start to feel like your body is just starting to, drain itself. And other people have seen it to me, because like a few years ago on my birthday, I was smoking some weed with some friends, and I was getting really fucking baked, and you could just see the color just draining from my face, like I was a thermometer, and the temperature was going down. And I had the presence of mind to just kind of anchor myself in a futon couch that was on the floor, and put my body against the wall, and I just kind of pretended I was on a roller coaster, and I just kind of relaxed and just kind of slowly glided myself down, kind of feeling. And I didn't have any freakouts about being super high at that time. So other times I have been super high, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm so super high. Oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I promise I'll never do this again. And then the next day, what do? You're fucking chooching up like it, like yesterday never happened.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm gonna get back to the video here. So
Just
Right.
want to feel better. That's truly all I want, is just to feel better. And for a long time, marijuana did that for me. But then there was so much hatred and anger and abuse thrown towards me because of it that I started feeling guilty for smoking marijuana. And it's California. Nobody should be feeling guilty for smoking marijuana, but I do. I do, because there's so many people that are extremely hateful and vindictive against that plant.
yeah, they're more from her home state of Florida. Florida is pretty much the same kind of corrupt state legislature government battle to keep marijuana out, because they want people to be on the opiate pills more, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, but not just that. I don't think they're actually being vindictive about her being on marijuana. I think they're actually just trying to get her to take responsibility for her actions, and actually trying to get her to get a job
Hmm.
and stop begging and getting other people to pay for her habits, and actually trying to get her to I don't know, maybe sort her priorities out.
Yeah.
Now
Melanie,
that's just my guess though.
Melanie Hyder in the chat. What? Weed is not good if you suffer with mental health issues. A third of psychosis cases in London are the result of smoking new strains of cannabis like skunk. Um, how true is that?
I don't smoke weed, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, so, well, what's the opiate use rate in the United Kingdom compared to, like, years before, compared to other countries? You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the opiate use rate, I'll bet you that is just as high as any state in the union. Probably, you would get high numbers. Florida would compare roughly to areas of London for opiate drug abuse. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would really depend heavily on whereabouts you go, and of course, like the statistics are going to be higher in London because you've got a higher volume of people concentrated into a smaller area.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like that with any city,
I,
really. So
I mean, marijuana may have its drawbacks. Yes, it may cause some, issues with, the brain, but there are, certain things that have been disproved. And if Melanie is going by the old reefer madness from like the 1930s, which was funded by William Randolph Hearst, the newspaper tycoon who was trying to protect his paper mills, his wood pulp paper mills, from being overrun by hemp paper, that there's a lot of misconceptions that are still being told to this day about cannabis use. And I think state governments will fall victim for that. certain areas of Her Majesty's government, Parliament, will fall victim to that. I think that there's some more study needs to be done, basically. Okay. Any thoughts on that, Jeff? Before I start up the video.
No, I'm just reading the chat. I'm reading the conversation that's going on between Melanie and Ven.
Well, yeah. But anyway.
And those same people are fine with alcohol. They have no problem with getting drunk. So I truly feel like it's my only option.
Okay. This next video, no real solution except death.
All right.
Great. We've gone back to I want to kill myself, Adrastia. Oh boy.
Just wait. Give her a couple of days and she'll be claiming that AP's sending people to kill her.
Yeah. Look, Mary, nobody wants you to kill yourself, okay? I have been just as, racked with suicidal ideations as probably you or anybody else. So I know from, feeling those ideations that, you just want to, when the ideations are so strong and visualized that you can visualize exactly what would happen after the body is found, that's when you really need to talk to somebody and you need to get some help for that. And thankfully, there are some behavioral health options and some psychiatric care options here in Pueblo for that. I don't put it down necessarily towards weed. You do self-medicate when you're smoking weed, but that's only because it's the one thing that kind of calms down the misfiring serotonin in your brain that's just kind of going crazy. So anyway.
Okay, so the assumptions and accusations that I'm just faking being drunk. I have been drinking about half a bottle of Bacardi a night and only about 2 bowls of weed since just around Christmas. So like I there's literally nothing I can do to prove to you how much I've drank. There's literally
No, Mary, you're proving it with your slurred speech, believe me. I mean, that
I
is
mean, word speech could be put on. Like, if she literally wanted to prove how much she had drank, she could show the bottles. But like, I fucking don't care.
something about
Like,
it. Something about it feels real to me. I know it could be just an act, but something about it
yeah,
does feel
I'm not
real
gonna
on
sit here
this.
and say
Yeah,
that she is putting it on and acting. I don't care. I think
yeah,
that she needs to start taking responsibility for her actions and just grow the fuck up.
yeah,
Which I've been trying for a long time, and obviously she doesn't listen because she didn't before she blocked me, and I've continued to post comments like that even after she's blocked me. But yeah,
All right, let me get back to it here.
oh, Russian bot.
Oh, I think we have Melly here. Let's pull her in. Good evening, Melly. Welcome to On the Air.
Uh, Hello. Can you hear me? Oh,
Hi, Melly. If you have a headset, that'll help.
yep. Okay, I've just turned down the TV there. Can you hear me though? Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
super.
we can hear you.
Yep. How is everything tonight?
Good evening. Good evening, America.
Oh, the rest of the world. I mean, this is pretty much a 24-hour worldwide news cycle. Just James Robert Clark. all around the world. We've got, me in Colorado, we got, AP in Las Tejas, we got Hatman.
Like mine in the UK, you got me in Germany.
Yeah, worldwide coverage. This is like a Max Headroom type of thing at this point.
International.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I've not really caught up with any. I've just come back home.
Mm-hmm.
So I've obviously missed quite a bit with James, but I'm not gonna obviously on to Mary
Well,
at the moment.
James only posted the one video, but I had to dedicate it to my sweet love, James. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, really. Actually.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he'll come around to see that my love for him is true.
You're not helping, Randolph, I think there.
Oh, I know. Well, it's because his heart is confused too. So.
Well, yes.
Oh. Anyway.
Very confused. Anyway, you carry on there. But I did want to say something about the weed is a serious issue, and I think somebody like Mary, who already has mental health issues, it can actually
yes.
make a psychosis worse or worsen her mental health. So it is something that shouldn't just that should be taken with caution.
It should, yeah, because if you smoke too much dabs in particular, then it starts to build up in your brain, and then you start to have kind of like periods where it isn't working, and you've built up such a high tolerance for it, and then you just kind of have to go off of it for a while to just kind of let yourself kind of undo that.
Yeah, well, that as well. But also it can cause psychosis. I mean, it really is, it shouldn't be sort of seen as a sort of harmless. I think we present it as a harmless weed. And I think we have to be a bit careful, a little bit careful there.
They're not still going by reefer madness in Germany, are they?
No. Not at all. No, but obviously in the 60s, cannabis generally was milder, was
less potent
by far.
Yeah,
less potent. That's the word.
Yeah.
Word I was looking for. So you do have to be careful, and I get a little bit concerned when we sort of say, well, just carry on with the weed smoking, it won't harm you. And that's actually not the case. There's lots of studies coming out, and this one with the London statistics is a recent one, and it is rather worrying. So it's, we should be a little bit careful in the same way as I wouldn't say to somebody, just drink as much as you want. Yeah, every day, just kind of go for it. Have that bottle of wine.
That's like anything, really. Like, you have anything in excess and it'll be bad for you, like too much sugar, for example.
Yeah, but the thing is with cannabis, it has got a very detrimental effect on the mind. It can have.
Yeah.
Has the potential.
I know
yeah.
that.
I think you guys, I don't smoke weed just because it's I've tried it, but I don't seem to have the THC receptors or something in my brain. I can't. It doesn't do anything for me. I have tried it, but it doesn't do anything for me. So I can't really. I rather have a glass of whiskey or something. But we have to be careful with that, with the mental health issues surrounding.
Yeah. It's a mixed bag. It can be a mixed bag on that, and too much of anything can be just as bad as not enough of something. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go back into her video. It sounds like she is just drunk off her ass in this video. So, all right.
Nothing I can do to convince you that I'm doing this because of the lashback that I got for smoking marijuana. This is just where my life is at this point. whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not, this is where I am at. After a full year of being told to kill myself because I would prefer to smoke marijuana to deal with my severe mental health issues, which nobody even believes that I have. And now nobody even believes that I'm drinking. So, like, I literally have to kill myself live on stream for anybody to believe that anything is real.
Oh God, we're back to this again. Is she going to pull the same bullshit she pulled last March, where she's just going to scream for 3 days about how, she wants to die? Are we back to this again? Is this how she's going to pity, donate, grift people for money for her new phone?
I mean, either that or she's going to stop making videos to try and get people concerned before doing that. But
Oh, Jesus, hell. It just sounds immediately like, she just wants to you know, um, go back to the screaming, I'm worthless and I want to die. I want to die. Mary,
it's anything rather than taking responsibility for her own actions.
exactly. You know what? There have been times that, even very recently, that I felt, so depressed and I was just like, you know, I felt like, I just wanted to, kind of be, at peace with it kind of thing. So I can understand the desire for it, but there's also, life has to keep going, and just have to keep fighting on that. So, all right, I want to get back to the video here.
Even
All
though
right, I'm going to hop
nothing
out, but I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, have a good evening, Jeff. All right, take care.
Bye bye, Jeff.
Bye bye.
Bye.
have said is a lie.
Bye bye.
That's where my life is at this point.
All right, next one is misery is inherent. Yeah, I felt, those kind of, long term, just everything is miserable kind of, patches in my life. So I can definitely appreciate, where she's coming from on this one. So let's see what this one is.
The thing nobody seems to understand is none of this really matters. Nobody is better than anybody else because they have more money or because they're more popular.
I just kind of came to a realization. She's doing these in pure portrait mode where you only see her face on these. She used to do the videos where she would kind of talk into like a little picture on picture, but you could see the time on her phone. So you would see, what specific time, day or night it was that she was making those videos. So I think it's a little bit confusing. The lighting would definitely suggest that this is a nighttime video that she made, but it could be anything at this point that we're seeing. The slurred speech does indicate that she's had quite a lot to drink. Again, that could be anything. So you just kind of have to take everything she says with a grain of salt.
In the end, we're all just going.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Melly, were you gonna say something
Oh,
on
did
that?
you mean me? Sorry, no. I was just clearing my throat. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. I just wanted to kind of let you have the word on that. So, okay, one moment.
Going to die and be
Would
eaten
you?
by
Oh, you
the
want me to comment on
ground.
this one? Sorry. What in regards to Mary about that she's obviously been drinking a lot. Well, yeah. I personally don't think that's a. Sorry, now I'm not hearing you. Can you hear me still?
I hear you fine. Yeah, I hear you fine. Go ahead.
You could.
I'm
You
sorry.
could.
I had my slide mute on. I apologize for that. Boomer
Hey,
moment.
hey,
Boomer
hey.
moment. Okay, go ahead.
Cool. That's all right. No, I actually can understand that she's trying to she's self-medicating basically.
Hmm.
And yes, she has been drinking. I can understand, it's easier to get a bottle of booze than some weed, I guess. And so she's just trying to find relief. I mean, I haven't really got enough information about Mary. Everybody seems to really have very, very. She stirs up a lot of hatred in people somehow. I mean, I haven't seen anything up until now that would make me sort of think that she's particularly bad or worse than others. But then I haven't really got into the detail of her situation, so I may not be able to comment properly.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the video here. Just a moment. If you have anything to say, just say, "Hey, go ahead and pause it really quick." So I'll hit the pause. So.
And
Okay.
forgotten. What we do in this life is merely for us to try to get through the trauma and hell that living on earth has become, because people don't have children anymore just because they love them. People have children because they're poor, and sex is the only affordable fun they have.
I think here I'm going to pause it really quick. She's talking about poverty families where you have like a welfare mother that has like 3 or 4 or sometimes much more kids. Do you remember hearing about a person nicknamed Octomom? And did they ever talk about Octomom in Germany?
That does ring a bell.
Okay.
That does ring a bell.
She had octuplets.
Yep.
She had octuplets. 8 babies
Yes.
all at once. She just went and just, crapped out a litter of babies. And she already had like something like 9 other babies already from various different fathers. And she was collecting a welfare check for each of those children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Octomom kind of disappeared from the headlines really quickly once everybody realized what she was. So it's a sad situation. Yeah. A lot of people have heard of Octomom, so yeah.
Okay, what are
And
people then annoyed about? That she's
grifting.
she's on benefit on welfare, and that she has got more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how the benefits assistance program would work is you get money for each child that you have in your family. So, like I don't know what the amount was at that time for California. I think it's like something like maybe $600 per child or something like that. So when you think about it.
But surely she could not stipulate how many kids she would have. I mean, surely she didn't. She didn't
No.
say I'm gonna have 8 now, and that's gonna get a lot of.
No,
I mean, it's not her fault that she had 8 kids.
Yeah, she had 9 kids previously, and then she had 8 all at one time. So she had a total of 17 children, and they were all on California state assistance.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that she was obviously not able to sort of have 8 kids by her own choice. I mean, the second lot.
Oh, she had
is a miracle.
Yeah, she went and got fertility treatments. That was intentional. She went and got all 8 of her eggs. She had 8 eggs taken out over the course.
Okay.
And then they were inseminated, and then they were all implanted into her. So that was how they did it. She went to a fertility clinic for that.
Okay, so I get it now because I thought, well, it's not her fault that if she has 8 kids, she has 8 kids. But
She had 9 kids previously, and she's getting state assistance for all of them. So yeah, she could afford the fertility treatments for 8 at one time. So yeah, hey, let's have 8 more come out. So
okay, and she was a single lady.
yeah,
Fathers.
various
Okay.
various different baby daddies kind of thing.
None of them would support her. I mean, she wasn't married to any of them,
She
or
wasn't married to them. She didn't look to any of them for support. She was just more interested in getting the state assistance for that. So yeah, she
Okay.
wasn't with anyone. Yeah, Maureen is absolutely right. She wasn't with anyone when she got pregnant with those kids. She got pregnant with donor sperm, basically, with random donor sperm.
Random donor. Well, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it? I sort of would ask the question: where are these fathers? Why aren't we maybe asking the question: where are these fathers? Why aren't these fathers with them with the mother of their children?
I think
And support her.
I think the mother's narcissism speaks for why the fathers aren't around anymore. Because they're like, fuck this bitch. I don't want anything more to do with her. God damn it. She's crazy. So,
Okay.
yeah. Octomom, she's a nasty person. Yeah, she really is. That, because she's very Octomom was very narcissistic. She was going on all of the morning talk shows when she had the 8 kids because she was trying to get every bit of publicity out of this for she could because she was not only was she on the state assistance, they were setting up fundraisers to help her, getting constant supplies of diapers, baby strollers, car seats, that kind of thing. So it was just one massive grift with Octomom, and that's why you don't hear about her in the news anymore. So
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
but yeah, Mary just kind of made me think about Octomom there for a second, so
Okay.
had to kind of dive into that. So
Those
Right.
children grow up abused and miserable and spend the rest of their existences trying to escape that misery that there is no actual escape from because it's literally just the way we were born into the world and trained to believe.
yeah, there's other examples of kind of like the baby mama grift, I call it, where you see a young woman and she will search out like a professional sports player, and she takes them to like a hotel room. They have unprotected sex. 7 months later, he finds out that he's going to be a father, and now you're going to pay like child support for 18 years. And then a judge recently assessed one NBA player something like $200,000 a month child support for 18 years. And you know what the guy did? He's paying it. He's just going out there. He's playing ball every night that he can. He's playing it and he's paying it. So that's a hell of a lesson to learn. Is 200,000 a month? You know what I'm saying? $200,000 a month for child support, and the woman is like as just as narcissistic as Octomom, and she's like, it's all about the luxury for her. She's got to have the rings on her fingers. She's got to have the SUV, the Cadillac SUV that she's driving around in, and almost none of that money is going to be for the actual child. So it's a grift. It's a grift that women will pull on men. So
Oh, wow. That's a statement. I hope you're not saying that all women
no,
would do that.
no, not all women. No, just like
But I would say it would be.
a very tiny minority of narcissistic, um, self-centered, people who just they're in it for themselves. They're in it for the money. They don't care who they hurt, but it's a tiny fragment of that. But it's those fragments that's what you hear about in the news is because you hear a big number in the news, $200,000 a month child support. Hey there, doctor.
Yeah, but I can't believe that is possibly right. That can't be 200,000 dollars a month for child support.
That happened. That happened. Well, it's because he had an NBA contract and, he was making all kinds of money playing professional basketball. So the judge said, you know what? You're going to support this child. And
Yeah, but that's good, isn't it? That's right to have the father support their child.
it is, but 200,000 a month and the father has
Well,
almost no say in how that money gets spent.
Well, I would question that. I mean, obviously that might be related to his income and the situation.
Right.
So I don't know whether I would be so quick to judge that how much he has to pay. I mean, I don't understand the problem really, and I would question that it's 200,000.
All right.
What was this guy's name?
I can find it here. PJ Washington, that's who it was. And here, I will actually bring it up on the Goofles. Because this happened. Just a moment. Where's my Goofles? There we go.
Goofles.
I call it Goofles because that's what Google. I try to trick the voice recognition. I got to bring
really?
my way. So okay. Yeah, this happened here is NBA star has to pay Brittany Renner $200,000 per month in child support. NBA star has agreed to pay a major monthly amount to his baby mama in child support, which is likely to account for half of his earnings. Here, I'll bring it up on the PJ Washington. Yeah, $200,000 a month. PJ Washington. 22 years old. He plays for the Charlotte Hornets. He was originally drafted from the University of Kentucky to play professional. And he's the one. He hooked up with Brittany Renner. And now it's to the tune of $2.4 million a year for 18 years. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's always related to the person's income, how much they would have to pay. And in the end of the day, it is his child, and if it's not,
it is his child. Yeah, but it's his child. But he's going to have almost no say in how the child is brought up. It's a situation.
Would that be?
She's going to be. She's going to be insistent that she take care of the baby herself. And that she $200,000 a month, she can support herself just fine. She doesn't have to work anymore at that point.
Well, I prefer moms actually not to work, but that's another issue. Well,
for a realistic amount, that she's getting all this kind of lottery money, for lack of a better word. She's getting lottery money.
Well, it's not lottery money if it's his wages. It's coming out of the father's wages.
And I think, Brittany has done this before. I think to others. Yeah, I think that there is a story about Brittany Renner here.
And I mean, obviously, I'm not familiar. I'm trying to look it up now. But the thing is, I think there must be a reason why he's not allowed access to the kids then from the courts. I mean, it's not, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to do it all, I'm going to take the money and you're not going to have any access to your kids. Usually, there is a reason if he's not allowed to have access to his kids.
No.
Just saying. I mean, that usually is, maybe he doesn't want to. But usually, the courts will kind of make sure that the fathers are able to have access to their children.
Yeah. in certain states, like Alabama, where Tonkasaw lives, they will actually suspend your driver's license if you fall behind on your child support even 1 month. They will suspend your driver's license, which makes it even tougher, to get around to have to pay that. So, it's a trap. And anyways, I'm gonna
Well, yes.
go back to my VLC portrait mode so we can finish this Mary video. There we go. And there is simply no happiness in my life. I've felt those points in my life as well. So let's hear.
If neither weed or rum is an acceptable coping mechanism for 18 years of head lice.
Did she just say 18 years of head lice? Did I hear that right, Melly?
You know what? I'm actually having I can't hear the video when you play it.
Oh,
is there some button you've forgotten to press?
wait a minute. Here, let me.
I can hear you okay, and but I can't hear the vid.
Let me test something here. So, stop streaming the screen from the Discord. Let me restart this. There we go.
I'll tell you if I hear it.
All right. I'll start the video up again here. We'll see if you hear this.
Cool.
If neither weed or rum is an acceptable coping mechanism for 18 years of head lice and dirt.
Are you able to hear it?
No. I can't. Yeah, and if I do something at my end, you probably hear some feedback. Wait a minute.
Try leaving the chat and then coming back. You should have a permanent wrench. So you just coming back into on the air on that.
Okay, I will try that.
Yeah.
I will try.
Okay.
Carry on, Randolph.
Okay, I'll actually wait because I'll restart the video on that because 18 years of head lice. Oh my God. I was always saying at Apple, because they teach you that, is, they actually show you episodes of the British version of the IT Crowd for have you tried turning it off and on again kind of thing. Let me get some chocolate.
It's always the first thing I do.
It's always the first thing you should do.
Exactly, and usually it sorts itself out.
Gotta get some chocolate. Okay. Let me see if the audio comes through. I'm turning up a little bit on this.
Okay.
Neither weed or rum is an acceptable coping mechanism for 18 years.
Is the audio coming through?
No, not from the videos. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. What I could try is turn mine down whilst I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn on the here. Okay, what I could try is turn mine down whilst I'm watching.
Because, yeah, she talks about how for 18 years she had head lice.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, so do try that. I'll turn down my, if you press it now, if you start the video, then we'll see if it works.
Of head lice and dirtiness
now my,
and roaches.
Is it coming through?
Now, if you start the radio, then we'll see if it works.
Did it come through?
Yes, I can hear it now. Do you have feedback from?
No, not that much. It's fine. I can restart it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Neither weed or rum is an acceptable coping mechanism.
Yes, I can hear it now. Do you have feedback from?
Oh, not that much. Yeah, now we do have feedback. Now we do. I'm sorry. Oops. All right, for a moment, I gotta mute you here just a second. All right. Dun 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 dun. Tall and tan and young and lovely, James Robert Clark the third goes walking, and when he walks, he's passing me. He goes, ah. Mute. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try playing the video again.
Of head lice and dirtiness and roaches and your own father threatening to kill everybody in the family and beatings and screaming. What is it in this world that makes that kind of life for the first 18 years of your existence bearable? The very idea that Kenneth McBride was my husband is a lie.
No, okay, Mary, I'm going to stop the video right here. No one ever said that Kenneth McBride was your husband. We're not talking about Kenneth McBride. We're talking about your previous husband, the one who was transgendered, the one who was grooming underage girls. That's who you were married to, Mary. Okay? That, let's get your lies straight on that. Okay, so we never accused you of being married to Kenneth McBride. All right.
My husband.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, were you?
Oh, did you think I was?
No,
it's
you were clearing your throat. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's force of habit.
It's fine.
No, it's okay.
It's fine.
You know what? That's one of the things when I'm at work, and one of the call center things that they teach is you're never to interrupt the customer. So you have to wait for your opportunity to speak. And then when you're trying to say what you need to say, then the customer interrupts you and you're just like, oh God. Because you just feel the call start to drag on at that point. And it's like it doesn't. I had one woman, she literally screamed at me for like four or five different times, repeating over and over about how the website wasn't taking the order like it was supposed to. And finally I said, finally I said to her, yes, you've explained this to me multiple times. We understand this. Well, you don't have to be so nasty about it. Ma'am, we're trying to keep the call moving here. You've said that the website is not operating. I've acknowledged this. We need to keep the call moving because it's not helpful if you're repeating the same thing. So she got really nasty with me after that, because it's like for a half a second I could tell that I had really triggered her.
Obviously. But the website isn't working, Reno. The website just is not working.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. God. But it's like you get to... Call centers are like hell to work at. That's why I was so grateful when I was doing digital document verification, because I'm not talking to anybody on the phone at that point. It's all just straight up sign into the computer, do the micro tasks, flip the digital data hamburgers, as I call them, and then just, clock out at the end of the day. So that's... Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame that people feel they have to be so nasty on the phone, especially if it's something like, I don't know, buying something or... Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I get so burned out with customer service after a while that this is just like a fun little thing that I can do. So, okay.
Yeah, well, it's good. You need to have that,
relief valve.
Balance.
Exactly. Yeah. So his lies, his actions, my existence. What do you want to bet? I haven't seen this video. What do you want to bet she's talking about AP? She's talking about Adonis Paul. I think she's talking about Adonis Paul. So we'll find out.
Hmm.
was named Stephen Barone. And she
Oh.
changed her name to Tara Barone.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so now she's talking about the transgender husband, Stephen Barone, who became Tara Barone, and Tara Barone was grooming the underage girls. So, okay, now this video is starting to make a lot more sense. Okay, tell us about Tara, Mary.
When she became a woman. Kenneth McBride always went by the name of Kenneth McBride.
Which we determined a few episodes ago. There are 4 other identical males in the United States, all with identical spellings of Kenneth McBride. All 5 of those Kenneth McBrides have been convicted of murder. Mellie's probably sitting there going, what? Wait, 5 Kenneth McBrides? Yes, Mellie. 5 Kenneth McBrides in the world. And
it's not a good name,
it's,
is it then?
I don't know. I'm certainly, you know what, if your last name is McBride and you're watching this, for the love of God, do not name your child Kenneth. Okay? It is a
Well, if I'm going over to the States, as one frequently does, and you know, I'm obviously not gonna spend any time with any Kenneth McBrides over there.
Yeah, like it sounds like
Yeah.
Kenneth McBride is almost like a horror film villain, like Freddy Krueger almost. Like you've got 5,
Yeah.
like you've got 5 people, they're all named Freddy Krueger, and they're all identical killers, kind of thing. So, yeah, it's like a horror film. Kenneth McBride has escaped, like in that Schwarzenegger movie, The Last Action Hero, into the real world, and now he's convincing other Kenneth McBrides to do his bidding, kind of thing. So, 5 Kenneth McBrides.
He told me a fake name of Brian, but that was not his legal name anywhere at all. So y'all saying that my boyfriend or my husband had a girlfriend that made me mad is a lie.
No, you know what, Mary? You having Tara, your first husband, going out with underage girls, that definitely made you mad. You knew that. And deep down inside, that jealousy has to be stirring inside you, that you were less important to Tara than an underage girl, that you had less sex appeal to Tara than an underage girl. And the same thing was true with Kenneth. When you realized that Kenneth was with Roberta Laws, and you realized Roberta Laws had that disability, and that disability was identical to your brother's, it was as though, you know, Kenneth was having, well, sex with one of your family members at that point, and the disability just reminded you of it. So yes, you were jealous both times. You were jealous when Tara was out there with her girlfriend, her underage girlfriend, and you were jealous when Kenneth McBride was with Roberta. So I call bullshit to both of those things, Mary.
Because
what's up? What's up?
By the way, Randolph, I can hear you now suddenly.
Huh.
Clearly.
That's weird.
Yeah. Did you do anything? Did you press any buttons or anything like that?
No. I bet it has something to do with the connection, because I have to set it to like 15 frames per second to get it to work right with Discord. But it's like
that was the next question I was going to ask. You slowed down her video.
Yeah, maybe it's the video. Maybe it's the video quality on this, because this one, maybe we can hear it better on that. So, all right.
I certainly can. Okay,
right.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll continue.
What happened was I left my husband and posted an ad on Craigslist stating that I was schizoaffective with CPTSD and seeking a long-term relationship. Kenneth McBride responded to that post telling me that his name was Brian and he was the same age as me and he was a millionaire and he was going to take care of me.
Okay, you know what? I think Kenneth was trying to play a little bit of a joke at that point, and then the joke backfired because Mary answered the reply. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth was Kenneth was playing off of the fact that he's like, oh, schizoaffective disorder. Okay, so she hears voices and she believes anything that she's told. So, oh, my name is Brian and I'm a millionaire and I'll take good care of you, Mary. And then when she meets Brian and realizes that Brian is Kenneth, and then she realizes that Kenneth is just this poor, dumb country bumpkin living in Florida with Roberta. Kenneth realized that, he should never have answered that Craigslist ad, I think. Answering that Craigslist ad is probably led to the circumstances of Roberta's death. Had he never answered that ad, he and Mary never connect. He and Mary never have those constant little arguments, and Roberta would be alive to this day, I think. Well, my speculation.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think you're surmising a lot there. I mean, I'm not getting any. Obviously, you've given this some thought, but it's quite sort of negative in a way. And I mean, do you have any evidence for that it is the way you're saying it is? I mean, you're surmising a lot, Randolph, there, I think.
It's theoretical. It's like, because I'm hearing the story as Mary tells it, but I'm imagining it from Kenneth's point of view, and I get this kind of, visualization in my head that if I'm Kenneth, I'm sitting here, I'm on Craigslist one night, just kind of going through, and I see this ad, and it's like somebody says, I have schizoaffective disorder and CPTSD, and I'm looking for a man. And at the time, that seems like something that you would pull as like a prank, and then the prank backfires. That's just a kind of a theory about that. I don't have any proof of it, but it seems that like I'm imagining myself as Kenneth in this situation, and if I'm Kenneth, how did this all happen, kind of thing. So,
if I'm obviously, I think very differently from you. I think.
You know what?
But that's not.
I watched a lot of Columbo episodes when I was growing up as a kid, so that kind of taught me to think like Columbo.
Okay, but it's sort of, it's like look. I don't think anybody would write that they have mental health issues and looking for a man like a joke. I'm gonna write.
Oh, she wrote it. She wrote it seriously. She wrote it as a serious plea for help because she wanted somebody out there on Craigslist to help her. But Kenneth was the one who treated it as like, let's play a practical joke on this.
That would be very, very mean and nasty, I would say. I mean, because obviously there's a lady who is also very honest about her health, and that's an honest thing to do. She's actually saying, look, I've got problems, but I'm still looking for a man to love.
Yeah.
So and if Kenneth then sort of thinks, oh well, look at her, she's got problems, I can make her believe anything I want. That's a really dark view of people you have there.
I think that it also could be that Kenneth and Roberta were kind of guilt-tripped into hiring Mary as the live-in kind of caretaker. Does that make sense? Because if a prank like that backfires and Mary suddenly just plants herself and she's just there and she's not moving, then well, I guess we better hire you as like a live-in housekeeper or something like that, and then they have to figure out a way to pay her. So.
Well, I would find that situation very strange. I mean, I think, could it not possibly be that Kenneth actually cared for her and actually did want to sort of help Mary?
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he wouldn't have
Oh,
answered the ad otherwise if he wasn't trying to.
exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I'll get back to the video here.
When in reality, Kenneth McBride was a sex offender dating a disabled woman for the last decade that he no longer wanted.
Was that your phone? I think
Mm-mm.
I heard like 4 rapid buzzes, like a. I was like, what was
Me
that?
too.
I think that was
I don't
Mary's.
know.
You know what? That's Mary's phone. That's the charger busting on her phone again. So, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Mary.
To be with. And he had been searching for somebody else to replace her with because he had made her pregnant and he did not want to raise a disabled child.
Okay, I call bullshit on this, Mary, because the autopsy report indicated that Roberta was never pregnant at the time of her death. That's bullshit, okay? Kenneth never got her pregnant. Nobody else got her pregnant, okay? I call complete bullshit on this, Mary. So, any thoughts, Melly?
Well, then again, Randolph, I don't really have enough info about this whole case.
Maureen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maureen could confirm it from the 400-page autopsy and the. Yeah, she wasn't. She
Yeah,
wasn't.
Maureen's coming.
Yes,
Maureen's
I'm a
coming
coming in.
Sorry.
I'm a coming in. Yes.
Come on in, Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
I've got like 5 minutes because I have another.
Yeah, that's fine. Take your time. Or yeah, it's all good.
Hello, Maureen.
Hi, how are you? Sorry, I'm just like arg because I hate Mary so fucking much. I have a doctorate in Mariology. I've been studying her for over a year.
Yeah, well, you're there. Well, then you can enlighten us on everything.
Yeah, well, I can't do too much today because, like I said, I do have another commitment at 7 that I have to hop over to.
Yeah.
But Mary just lied again. She said she just said when she met Kenneth, Roberta was already pregnant. She met Kenneth the beginning to mid of 2008, I believe. She left Steven, and Steven's never it's not trans. That's a lie Mary made up to feel better about the separation. We have his personal records. Tara shows up as an alias because it's a cousin and he shared an address with her at some point. So it shows up as an alias. Same thing with his mom. Anywho, so if Roberta was pregnant, which given her age and condition, highly unlikely, no disrespect to the dead, meeting Kenneth and Roberta in 2008 and this woman passed away in 2009, she would have been far enough along in 2008 that she would have given birth before her death.
Or she would have, or we'd have heard something about a miscarriage or something like that. Yeah.
Or she would have been 8 or 9 months pregnant, about to pop at the time of her death.
Mm-hmm.
But that was not in the autopsy report. Roberta was never pregnant. Mary lied again. I will be having to give this to AP because AP's going to have a field day with it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my good Lord.
Oh.
She lies and makes things up to get herself out of a corner. She's not even drunk here. She's faking it because she fakes everything.
It is fake drunk. It is fake drunk. Okay.
It is fake drunk. And she also
you don't know that. You don't know if she's fake drunk.
But she also thinks that drunk. We've seen her drunk before, so this is a little bit over the top. But she's it's something I called her out on 2 weeks ago. She thinks that we'll be more sympathetic if she drinks instead of smokes weed. Well, no, Mary, it doesn't matter what your vice is. You're on government assistance. Your GR is meant to cover things your food stamps do not cover, like your rent, like cleaning supplies, like health and beauty supplies, like your tampons, clothes, and hopefully you can put some away to get yourself off your feet and get a job and get out of Section 8 and get off of welfare. That was the original point of the entire system, to be assistance, not to live on for the rest of your life. taking your GR and spending it, whether it's on drugs, weed, hair dye, yarn, that's not what it's like before you do anything else. That's not what it's intended for. That's why we're angry, because you're supposed to be using it to help yourself, like survive and get and improve your life, and you're not. That's the issue.
But, and I do understand that, but man does not live by bread alone. And I do sometimes feel, God, yes, of course she's gonna want to have a drink and being in the situation that she is. And I'm sure we all can relate to that. Well, I can certainly relate to that.
Oh, I have a nice little wine collection. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Aha.
that's all. She spends all of her money only on weed instead of, she doesn't budget her money correctly. Okay, I need $28 this month for my rent. I need X amount for paper towels this month. I just finished up my box of tampons. I'm going to need $9 for that. Oh, and I want to try and put $10 away for a rainy day. Oh, look, I have $5 left over. I can buy a small bottle of Barefoot Moscato, or I can go get. I don't smoke, so I have no idea how much weed costs. I can go get a little bit of weed. Like, that's different. But when you spend your entire $200 on weed and you don't pay your rent, that's, at least with me, that's where I get annoyed.
Yes, well, yes, of course. Yes, and it is very annoying. But I sort of think, should we not kind of try and help her with that then? You know, she's obviously not very good at sorting her life and budgeting like you. But she obviously hasn't got those skills necessarily, and she is in some sort of distress. And should we not sort of be like good kind of parents, almost like?
She will not listen. I see where you're coming from. The problem is she will not listen to anybody. She thinks she's entitled to sit on her ass, entitled to have free things, entitled to spend her GR on whatever she wants. She doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to lift a finger. So we can teach her, hey, budget your money. Maybe get that minimum wage job to help supplement. It's not going to affect your GR all that much. You are in California. Then you'll be able to help yourself and you'll be happier. You'll get better. She won't. People have told her this in our comments. People have emailed her with these suggestions. She will not do it.
She's resistant to that. Yeah.
But
it's difficult.
You have to hop off. I'm so. I feel like we can go on forever, and I want to, but I just can't. I'm so sorry.
I know. I do have I tend to have a sort of a soft heart in that that I feel that there's already a person who has a lot of problems, and she's obviously
I live in an area where they just gentrified downtown about 5 or 6 years ago, and a lot of the people who can't afford to live there anymore have shifted up the 2 blocks into my neighborhood. And we see the same people all the time, and they refuse to get help. And that's like, we try, and it's gotten to the point where, well, if you're not going to stop, because like I'm in New York State, so some of the homeless shelters, you have to be clean because the homelessness, at least area, that's one of the root causes. You have to be clean because we don't want, because of what it leads to. And a lot of the same people, specific people I see over and over again, will not get clean. They'd rather have their vices, and they have to hit rock bottom and want to help themselves before they'll let other people help themselves. And trust me, I would love to help these people, love to help them, but if they're resistant to it, there's not a lot you can do until they're ready for the help.
That's true. They need to obviously recognize that they do need help. But then I always think, I believe her when she says she's had post-traumatic stress disorder. I think she has been traumatized. Whether it's complex or compound, I think.
That's not the point. I'm so sorry. And I'm talking too fast. Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I mean, it's a mistake that can be made, I mean, I just thought it was really interesting. It all came down like, well, no, this doesn't exist, but that's a mistake I think anybody could make.
and we understand like where she thinks she might be the only one with this whatever disorder she thinks she has when it's the opposite. But it's like from what we've seen, it's I have CPTSD, I can do whatever I want and not face consequences. Well, no, Mary, that's not how it works. It's like I honestly think she was molested by a family friend or a family member because of some of the symptoms or signs she exhibits. I really don't think it was her dad. I think her dad cracked on her mom or beat up her mom. Once in a while, not all the time, like not nightly like she claims, but I think he would once or twice a month he would, have one too many and beat her.
Yeah, that's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not to the extent she claims. She does have two sisters, and they both say, yeah, and even her aunt, yeah, dad beat on mom, but not that the abuse she's claiming that went on in the house never happened. Like, not to that extent. But I really do have to hop off. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
The whole thing with Roberta being pregnant just really it angers me. It's her making
another lie.
Another lie to make up another excuse to say my behavior was okay. I can do what I want.
Yep. Well, thank you, Maureen. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen.
We'll let you get back to your other thing. Bye-bye.
Hopefully we'll talk soon.
Bye. Bye. Go on again. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so I'm going to go back to the video here and...
With a disabled women. All of this was lied to me by Kenneth when he told me that his name was Brian when we first met, and he took me out and he introduced himself and he portrayed his life as a completely different human being. I had no idea who Kenneth McBride was. I didn't really know who Brian was because I could never get his last name from him. But everybody hates me for what he did when he is the one who decided after 10 years of dating a handicapped woman that he was going to go on Craigslist and create a fake name and a fake age and a fake occupation and start emailing women to start a long-term relationship when he knew he was already in a long-term relationship.
I think here, I'm going to pause it just for a little bit because I'm going to speculate that I think Kenneth and Roberta were looking for something to kind of maybe liven up their sex act. In America, it's called swingers, where you have a swingers couple and they go to what's called a swingers party, and they will, do wife swap, something like that. So I think that. Oh, thank you, JB.
Yeah, we have them in Germany as well.
Yeah, but yeah, it's Kenneth and Roberta were probably looking for a little excitement, and they thought, well, let's see what this ad has to offer, kind of thing. So,
see, this is not the first port of call I would go to, Randolph. You have a very vivid imagination.
like I said, I watched a lot of Columbo episodes, so my mind is always thinking like Columbo on these things. So,
I can't remember Columbo thinking in that direction.
Well, Columbo would have just gone on Google for everything now. So, all right. I'm going to go back to the video here.
And everybody is blaming me for what happened. If a man is already in a long-term relationship and he's on Craigslist pretending to be another human being to start another long-term relationship, that man clearly was not involved very fucking intently with the original long-term relationship that he had made. like, and I'm not trying to victim blame. That's just the fucking truth. If you're in a relationship with somebody for 10 years and then you go on a line and like Dolly Madison or Craigslist or any fucking dating website where you're looking for somebody to date and you give them false information, how the fuck is it the victim's fault for what happens after that? That's what it's become. It's become my fault. My fault that he dated this woman for 10 years and then messaged me on Craigslist and lied to me for months and months on end about everything. When all I wanted was to find a man to take care of me. Which is every day I have people posting telling me, why don't you just find a man to take care of you so you don't have the fucking internet or the government taking care of you. Well, that's because no man will take care of me. The only man that would take care of me was lying about who he really was. And I'm the one that is fully to blame for his lies and his actions. And for the rest of my life, that's something that I will never be able to live down. Nobody is ever going to love me. Nobody's ever going to hate me. For the rest of my existence.
Did you hear how she just contradicted herself just then? Nobody is ever going to love me. Nobody is ever going to hate me. That means you're just going to be ignored, Mary. I mean, you're just going to go through life and
no, that's what,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's probably the best solution of all is to just have nobody hate you if nobody's going to love you. That's the best solution on that.
oh no.
Well, well,
That's a very dark outlook.
uh,
No. I mean, she's obviously saying, she's saying, I'm so bad. Nobody's ever going to love me. That's really sad. I find that really, really sad that she's saying that.
yeah.
And what is the issue there? Why did Kenneth, this person, being in a 10-year relationship, go on to Craigslist to find a new?
Men are horny. Men are horny. They want to get laid all the time. Men are horny.
I don't know. I mean, are we living on two different planets here, Randolph? I mean, I've never had this in my entire life. I mean, I wouldn't just say, "Man, I ran in." That's what I'm gonna answer. I've had obviously the good fortune that I've had loving parents that stayed together all their life.
Well,
if you love somebody, you don't go. But the thing is, we at least have to call him to. We have to call him to some sort of responsibility to lay some responsibility on him.
yeah, because from what it sounds like in this video, he was stringing Mary along for months under the name Brian, and if he's doing that, then yeah, he's playing this game with her, and then Mary just gets more and more insistent, and then finally she tracks down who Brian is, and then realizes that it's Kenneth. So.
Yeah, and that's so nice, is it? I mean, he has also some. You can't blame everything on Mary.
No.
From what I've just heard.
Yeah, Kenneth has equal hand in this, I think. So.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I think. Or at least somebody should take some of the blame or responsibility here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel.
Anyway, there's not many seconds here, and it'll go right to the next video, but.
I will have nothing but misery and pain and hatred because of his lies.
And next video is men comfortable in a decade-long relationship. I think, is this the... Yes, this is going to be the last video of the night. So, and there's no more new videos from James or Adrastia or anyone else. So this will be the last video of the night. Men comfortable in a decade-long relationship. And this will be a quick one here, so.
Again, the man legally named Kenneth McBride dated me under a false name of Brian for many months before everything really fell apart. Everybody is blaming me for what happened, but he is the one who had a fiance for a decade and went online and created a false personality to court another woman seeking a long-term relationship. Yes, I am.
Oh, wait a minute. I did have one more. Okay, so this one is called I Am Stupid. So yeah, there's an extra video. So sorry about that. I mislabeled them, so that was my fault.
I'm saying that I am dumb. I am stupid. I am retarded. I was raised by abusive parents, and my mother always told me to just focus on finding a man to take care of me. And when I found a man to take care of me, that man happened to have a girlfriend already who has cerebral palsy and was handicapped, and he had already been with her for a decade. And I did not send out an ad seeking somebody who already had a girlfriend. I put out an ad seeking somebody who was single and looking for a girlfriend who had mental health issues because of schizophrenia and bipolar, because that's what I was struggling with. And at the time, a lot of my exes were angry at me for saying that I didn't warn them adequately enough about my mental health disorders, which is why when I made
What's up? What's up?
Oh, I was just going, because I'm feeling for her as she's speaking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm feeling for her.
I know the feeling.
I
Yeah.
know it's probably not what. It's probably not the direction you want to go. You're
No.
far more judgmental than I am.
It's okay.
I'm just
No.
feeling for her.
It's not necessarily about judgment, because sometimes there are things that she says that I will absolutely connect with. Like when she was talking about being 4 years old and trying to sing for her father, and her father was just horribly abusive. That I can imagine is something that happened to her. So, but yeah, I was just I didn't know. I thought you were wanting to say something because you wanted me to pause the video or something. So, but
Sorry.
That's
sorry,
okay.
Randolph. No, carry on.
Okay, Jackadelphia made cerebral palsy.
Just mean Jackadelphia.
Well, don't. Yeah, you shouldn't
mean,
try. You
mean.
shouldn't try to pronounce cerebral palsy when you've had so much rum. So
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
the post on Craigslist seeking a long-term relationship, I made it very clear that I had schizoaffective disorder
And CPTSD. Yep, here it comes.
also CPTSD, because I didn't want the people responding to me to be angry at me for lying to them about my mental health disorders. But it turned out that the person that responded to me was lying to me about his entire existence. And now everybody wants me to die because of his lies and his choices.
Oh, thank goodness. That was the last video for the evening. Melly, do you have any final thoughts about Mary or James tonight?
Well, I just wanted to say that now that she's mentioning that, I think I find some merit in what she's saying, and I sort of feel quite warm towards her because she's saying, look, I was putting a net in being honest about my issues. And I
And
was hoping
somebody
that
was
somebody
playing
would
her,
be honest as well.
and
Yeah.
somebody was playing her, and on
And
that.
yeah. Yes, and she was trying to be honest. She didn't want to lie about that. She was saying she's got issues and she's got problems, and she was upfront with that. And she was hoping that somebody would respond who would understand that and deal with her honestly and gently. And that obviously didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I do feel
It's okay. It's okay.
sympathetic towards him.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the LolCow Ranch, and apologies to Andrew Ditch. We simply ran out of time. That's it for this episode of the LolCow Ranch. We will see you all here. Probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow night if there's videos after work. You just kind of like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to remind myself to say this. This is one of those shows that, you got to tell a friend. Bring it, put it on your iPhone or your iPad. Bring it to work, and on your lunch break, you go up to a friend and say, hey, you got to see this show. This show is the craziest thing ever. You got to see how he's taking apart this guy named James Clark. So, this is one of those shows, 2022. I want it to be the year of the, hey, you got to see this YouTube program. So, Aunt Kathy just joined us in the chat. Oh, I'm so sorry, Aunt Kathy. I wish we had more time. I wish we had more Adrazia videos for this. But I tell you what, if there's anything new, I'll try to come on at midnight Eastern to do a like last minute update of tonight. But Melly, thank you for joining us tonight, and have a great evening all the way in Germany, okay?
You too as well. Thank you, Randall. Thank you